Hello and good evening. My name is Okocha Marcel, and this is my channel. God is love. Even when nobody loves you, God is love. Even when nobody cares for you, God cares for you. God is love. How would you explain to people who are going through trials and temptation that God is love? How would you explain to some persons who are going through series of frustrations that God is love? How would you explain to people who have sleepless nights for 1 week consecutively every day? How would you explain to them that God is love? And still the message remains the same, that God is love. Dear chosen ones, a lot of people are going through different things. But that does not remove the fact that God is love. God is love in the morning, God is love in the afternoon, God is love in the evening. That our situation we are going through will not define the condition that God is love. The situation we are going through will not define the situation that God is love. There are a lot of people who feel abandoned by friends and well-wishers. There are a lot of people who feel that there is nobody for them. There are a lot of people who feel that, as in their mind, they have been thinking like, is there God? If there is God, why am I going through trials and temptation? Why am I passing through all this stress? Why am I suffering if there is God? Dear chosen ones, I've come to let you know that God is love. God is love even when you are sick. God is love even when nobody is there for you to take care of you. God is love all the days of your life. And He alone knows the escape to every situation that you are going through. I personally have had series of challenges, series of problems. I've had series of things that has happened to me, but it was the love of God that delivered me. It was the love of God that me. It was the love of God that helped me when I was down. And still, it is the love of God that is taking me to where I'm going. All the days of my life, I must confess, I am breathing because of the love God has for me. Our God is awesome. Our God is great. So quickly, I just want to speak with people who feel that God did not love them. So many people are going through challenges. Some people are on the war front. A lot of people don't really know what they want to do anymore. But God is love. God is love simply means that God is going to deliver you from whatever things that you are going through. God is love means that God will be there for you despite what you are going through. God is love means that no matter the situation you are going through, that God will never abandon you. Sometimes you might be feeling that, I don't think I will be out of this situation. But do you really know that even when you feel like that God is love and God is helping you and God is doing it for you? How would you understand that the hand of God is in the situation you are going through? How would you understand that God knows about what you are going through? How would you understand that God is taking you, through the process, through the challenges you are going through temporarily because of what He prepared for you tomorrow? God will never allow you to suffer just for nothing, to pass through challenges just for nothing, to allow people to abandon you nothing. No. God is a master planner. God is somebody that sees your end from the beginning. So God knows what you are going through. So when you are feeling that there is no one there for me, when you are feeling that God has abandoned me, or friends, family, well wishers have abandoned me, I just want you to know one thing. God will not abandon you. God can allow some situations to happen around you because God knows what He plans for you. There are a lot of situations I've been through, and the lessons I had from those challenges, those difficulties, is that God prepared me for what I'm seeing today. God prepared me in the past. He allowed me to go through difficulties. He allowed me to go through some things that I don't like to go through them. But God uses that very moment to prepare me for everything I'm seeing today. Just imagine if I did not go through what I went through some years back. Where God has placed me today, I will not have the courage to stand on them. So, when God is taking you through different challenges, as I've said earlier, some people had sleepless night last night. Some people are going through trials and temptations. Some people are feeling frustrated. Some people are going through nightmare. Come on. The temporal situation you are going through is only there to prepare you for what is ahead of you. Do you know the reason why when God brings great things before men, some men are unable to handle the great things of God? Some men are unable to handle the goodness of God. Some men are unable to handle the success God brings to their path. Why? Because they refuse to endure the temporal situation that God brought on their path some years back. Hi, no matter what you are going through, no matter what you are passing through, I want you to endure them in faith. I want you to believe that God is omniscient. He knows everything. In other words, He knows what you are going through. So when you're going through such a situation, when you're going through such a thing, I want you to have it in your heart that I am coming out strong. And that is why I want to let you know that do not make, a permanent decision in your temporal situation. So when you are just feeling sad, being frustrated for, temporal period like a week, a month, a year, if you make decisions based on your condition, what happens after you are out of that situation? If you make a decision, maybe you are an unmarried man, you are an unmarried woman, you made a decision based on the heartbreak you have, and you say, because of this, I'm not going to do this thing anymore. What of after you have come out of that situation? If somebody disappointed you, you make a permanent decision in just a temporary situation. How are you going to manage the rest of your life after you have come out of that situation? God is love. Even when no one loves you, God is love. Even when no one cares for you, God is love. And that is why we have to understand and know that when God is allowing something to go on in our life, that it is for a purpose. We don't serve a dead God, we serve a living God. God is not blind. God sees. He sees what you are going through. He sees everything. So I don't really know why people find it difficult to understand the handwriting of God. Anything, everything you are going through, it is what God uses to prepare you for the great things coming ahead of you. You must have to understand this. When you fail to understand it, and when you see challenges and you start running away from challenges, you wouldn't know how those challenges will pave way for your greatness. God is love. The love of God simply means that God is there for you, even when you feel He is not there. So many people at the war front, so many people passing through heartbreak, so many people going through ill health. A lot of people passing through difficulties, they don't even know the reason why they are in the mess they are in. God is just looking at them. You know why? God knows before you enter it, and God knows the day you are going to come out of that situation. God is love. I have a message of hope for you. Whatever you are going through is not going to be permanent. There is a kind of joy that comes to your heart when you know that this thing I'm going through is not going to kill me. It's not going to finish me. I'm not going to remain like this permanently. What I'm passing through, one day it will become a testimony. As in, you go through what you are going through with joy when you realize all these things. But if you don't understand what God is doing, if you don't understand all these things, you will think that you are just going through what you are going through because God did not love you. You have to understand the message of the love of God. God is there for you, even when you feel or think He is not close. God sees what is going to happen to you in 2024, 2025, 2026, and He prepares you now for things that are going to come. That is the message of the love of God. God sent Jesus Christ to earth to die for us. And when Jesus Christ was passing through, the passion, everything He went through before He was crucified, at the time, Jesus Christ says, if it is possible, God, let this death not happen. Let it not happen. I don't want it. But you know what? When He also sees the glory that will come after His death, He just said, not my will, but God, let your will be done. Do you have the courage to say, God, let your will, not my will, be done in my life? In what you are going through, in every situation you are seeing yourself? Is it your children? Is it your family? Is it sickness? What is it that you are going through? You have the courage to say, God, let your will be done. It takes courage to understand that God did not abandon you, even when things are not working well. Even when things are not working out well, it takes courage for you to understand that yes, God is doing a great thing. It takes, that mind of love. Just like when a mother or a father will love his or her child and do everything for that child, because that child is the image of the father or the mother. That is how you are an image of God. So when you are going through something that you did not even expect, do not think that God just overlooking and God don't mind. And that is why a lot of people will go out looking for how to proffer solution to their situation. They will go to church, go different places. Calm down. You just need to understand the message of the love of God. And the message of the love of God is that what you are going through, God is aware. And He knows when it's going to stop. Because He knows when it started and He allowed it. If such a thing will kill you, God will never, never allow it to happen. God is love. All the days of your life, know this: God is love. God is love to the frustrated ones. God is love to the depressed ones. God is love to those who lost their children. God is love to those who are in the war front. God is love to those who don't have help. God is love, and His love will endure forever. So, I want you to summon the courage. I want you to have the joy of the Lord in your heart. The feeling that God loves you. The feeling that the love of God for you is endless. And God is going to bless you. God is going to guide you and protect you wherever you go. This message I have for you for this moment. I love you so much, and God loves you more. Do not forget, God is aware of everything you are going through, and His love will lead you through. God is love. Thank you for coming across this video. Please kindly follow me on this channel by subscribing and turning up your notification button so that you will come and share this message and enjoy it with me. Thank you so much. Until my next video, I am Okocha Marcel. Shalom.